Hello and welcome to my first post on the internet as far as technical things go, meaning technical videos. Yeah, that. My name is Christian Voco. My technical blog is, virtualvelocity.io. And this is my first stab at this. I've done it, for internal usage. I've made videos before, but I've never really posted anything on the web in this capacity. So yeah, I'm going to leave some links down in the descriptions below so you can, skip past my babbling if you want to get right to the tutorial. I'm going to run through this tutorial. Nothing magical about the tutorial, other than the fact that, how easy it is to, from an installed OpenShift cluster, do autoscaling. It's pretty cool stuff. And I do know that you can stitch a lot of these services together in vanilla Kubernetes, but then you have opinions all over the place, or you can obviously do it, in the Elk stuff with AWS, etc. But the fact is this is rolled into, one package that you kind of, commit to once and deploy anywhere type of thing. I find the way that they've done the integrated metrics with Grafana, integrated Prometheus, to be very cool. It's a product with opinions, security standards, and that's exactly, in my opinion, what the Kubernetes world needed. And let's not even talk the fact that it can run actual VMs now in a managed way, and they're first-class citizens, essentially containers. Pretty cool. So yeah, I have a ton of things that I want to accomplish on my whiteboard, and this was one of them. Again, I work from the middle of the stack out, and funny, true story. Typically by now when I'm deploying or implementing something, I start thinking about networking, and it dawned on me the other day that I even thought about networking. And so I went digging into that a little bit as well. And no, it's good stuff, man. Like, if I never, have to stitch together TEPS or Fabric again, in my life, it would be okay with me. I mean, don't get me wrong. I had to think about networking when it first started deploying this thing. I run a lot of VLANs, in my environment, and things like DNS. I've detailed it on my blog post about the actual install of OKD. But once you get past that first install, and once you understand where the pain points are, where the sharp edges are, really honestly, it's a fairly elegant install. And, I could see the repeatability of it being very simple. And repeatability is the name of the game. Of all things, repeatability. So yeah, I'm probably going to turn this blog post into an AWX play at some point. If you're not familiar with AWX, it's, Red Hat Ansible automation platform. It's the upstream of that. And from what I can tell, most of the features are there. The install path is a little different, but the features are there. You get credential store, RBAC, UI, job history, etc., which are very valuable things, considering the early days of Ansible, and the things we were trying to overcome. At some point, I think we were using Jenkins to actually to get job history out of some of our Ansible stuff. So yeah, anyways, enough talking here. Let's move on to the actual tutorial. So this is going to be pretty much a cut and paste type of affair, and it should just work. We'll find out. So, we're going to start by creating a project here, and I'm going to say, we're going to say OC new project demo. Assumes you're already logged in, which I'm assuming you are logged in OC. Some of this stuff can be done on the GUI, but it's not really my thing at this point in time. From what I can tell, it's and usually when you create it already, it does bring you in, but I'll do it anyways. We're going to create the dynamic NFS, PVC claims. This was actually done. I'm reusing what was done at the beginning of the AWX install blog post that's also up here. So I'm just going to copy this straight out. Let's do it. See what happens. Looks good. Created. All right. We'll do a little verification. See if they're bound. Bound goodness. All right. So this is the Loki. All right. No routes. PVC backed. Here we go. Boom. Created. I don't know why mremote does that. But anyways, created. Looking good. Lots of creates. All right, now we're going to verify Loki is ready. It does take a minute for this, I've seen, but because I'm yapping away here, it probably will work better now. Nope. Let's watch. Come on. There it is. She's ready. So you can see it takes a little minute, and we'll go over here and take a look at OKD and see what it looks like from a GUI perspective, because why not? The GUI's there. Let's do it. Grafana demo. All right, we're going to check out workloads. And there it is. 101 pod. All right, we got a workload running. Cool. Yeah. All right. You can also do... Yay. All right, that's looking good. So we're going to go to the next step here. The Promtail sidecar. And this is Promtail sidecar. It adds, you know, as you can see, right? You know, this is the goal here is to basically get Grafana logging to itself. That's the main operation here. Because I figured if you had them autoscale, you can then go log into Grafana with the shared back storage. You can log in whatever node you're on. It doesn't really matter. Every one of these nodes should be throwing logs, and then at the end, I'm going to throw a Grafana dashboard in there as well. So here we go. Copy this. Don't make a liar of me. Okay, look at that. Okay. Config created. And also, you know, if you want to see the persistent volume claim, we can go over here. See. And as you can see, the PVC's here. All right. All right, good to go. Yeah, this is an interesting part because originally I couldn't get the pods to autoscale because I didn't include, you know, I didn't define CPU requests in here. So metrics couldn't put it up, pick it up, and the whole Grafana would not actually autoscale. So here we go. This chunk is just a fixed YAML. So here we go. The full deal here. Here we go. Created. Looking good so far. See here. We'll take it verbatim. Looking good so far. We're going to get the route. All right. Grafana demo. Grab that. Bring that over here. Default logins admin. I'm typing with a mic in front of my face, and that's something I'm not used to. Probably optimize that at some point. Okay, we're in. Cool. Okay, Grafana's happening. All right. Oh. And what I'm going to do now, I guess I didn't really think about this, but I'm actually going to actually do the dashboard part now. So basically, I ahead of time created a Grafana dashboard that will actually accomplish this. And since I'm on one node right now, let's just take care of it now. In autoscale validation, all right, we're going to say, well, it gives it that unique identifier. I mean, I guess I could do this. I don't know. It's a problem when you, all right, so we're going to export autoscale validation. So nothing's going to show up right now because we're looking at one node. So that's going to be that. But we're going to go back over here. We're going to add the Loki data source, which we already know is Loki right here. So we're going to take this. We're going to go, oh, geez, dashboard. Settings, data source, add data source, Loki. Default settings here, everything's cool. Look at that. All right, everything's looking good. Days are connected. We can. Okay. And actually, you'll probably see logs from this node flow now, actually, now that I think about it. But let's go. I'm still, Grafana's interface trips me up quite often. So let's see here. Yeah, okay, so now you see this node's logging, all right? You know, because Grafana is just a visualization layer, a query layer. You need Loki as the... you need Promtail to send the logs to Loki, and Loki, then Grafana will then query Loki. That's the rhythm here. So, yeah, we're good so far. Moving on. All right. You know, we already have the dashboard. This stuff was before I actually had the dashboard. I might actually change up the document for that. So now we're going to create the scaling. Let's do it. Back over here. Autoscaled. Woo! I'm gonna make it aggressive because that's just I don't have time to wait. All right. This is where they'll start seeing. So right now it's unknown. It's gonna take a second, I believe. There we go. We got 6%. Boom. And then I'm gonna deploy a pod that's basically CLI that will hammer Grafana so it will scale up. So yeah, we do a little copy button there. All right, here we go. Grafana will created. Boom. Now, I would imagine if we get over here at this point, we got projects. I don't know. Still no scale. So let's hang on a second here. Might take a minute. All right, there we go. It's starting to scale. I'm a very impatient person sometimes, so okay, so yeah, now we're up to 4 or 5. That's why it was hanging, essentially, because it was waiting. So you see over here, 4 or 4 pods, right? We're scaled up. I think it'll go max 6. I think that's what I set it to, max of 6. So now, essentially, we're gonna go back over here. We're going to refresh this dashboard, and yay, take a look at that. You see all the autoscale nodes. They're sending logs now, and yeah, I mean that's literally about it, right? So like I said, you can stitch this stuff together different ways, but for me, the fact is I didn't have to get into any wiring to get this done. Is pretty cool. So anyways, I hope this was informative for you. I hope the tutorial helps you out a little bit. And I don't know if I'm going to continue to make these videos or not. I was just looking for a way to add some flavor to the blog. We'll see how it goes. But if you made it this far, thanks for watching, and yeah, keep on keeping on.